Grade 3, Science, Identification Keys, Friday, April 17, 2020. Today, you will be learning about classification keys. Another word for classification keys is identification keys. Today's learning objective: to use a classification key to group living things, to identify a variety of living things in the local environment, to create a classification key. Classification keys or identification keys are a way of identifying living things through a series of questions. For example, does it have wings? Each question has a yes or no answer and leads you one step closer to the name of a living thing. Here is an example. Does it have wings? Yes, it's an owl. Does it have wings? No. Does it live underwater? The first question is always quite general because it needs to help sort the living things you are classifying. The questions will gradually get more specific as they separate living things that are more similar. That means things that almost look the same or have characteristics that are the same. We are now going to look at some activities from your learner book. If you do not have your book with you, that is okay. The pages are on the slides. Identification keys. There are millions of animals in the world, and scientists have to be able to identify them. They need to sort animals into groups. Scientists also have to be able to identify animals. They do this with an identification key. There are keys for animals and keys for plants. Here is an identification key. Each box has a question. By answering the questions, we can identify a bird, a cat, a fish, and a snake. Does this animal have legs? Yes. Does it have 2 legs? Yes. Does it have feathers? Yes. It is a bird. Does this animal have legs? Yes. Does it have 2 legs? No. Does it have 4 legs? Yes. It's a cat. Does this animal have legs? No. Does it have fins? Yes. It is a fish. Does this animal have legs? No. Does it have fins? No. Does it slide on the ground? Yes. It is a snake. Now let's put on our thinking caps and answer the following questions. In this exercise, read the questions and then draw the correct animal in the square. For this activity, read the questions and cut and stick the mini beast in the correct box. If you do not want to cut and stick, you can simply draw a line from the animal to the correct box. In this activity, complete the flowchart by writing in your own questions to see if you can get the correct answers. What have we learned? We use identification keys to identify living things. Identification keys for animals and plants are different. Now, let's check your answers. Well done for finishing today's lesson. Please send me a message on Class Dojo to let me know when you have finished.